Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to speak to the Gen Xers, those of us who are in our 40s and our 50s, and you've done everything right, you've worked hard, you've created a home and a family, you've paid the bills and you've carried that weight of expectation and responsibility. But for some reason it feels as though you've been sold a lie and you are done with all of it. And there might not even be a dramatic reason for this. You're just tired. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're tired. Because the modern version of success is often just a packed calendar that you can't breathe inside. A job or a career that once fulfilled you but is now quietly sapping your soul. Back-to-back calls, deadlines, meetings, an anxiety-inducing inbox, and a never-ending swirl of duties and responsibilities. And it feels like you've got a nervous system that hasn't properly exhaled since 2009. And if this resonates with you right now, it's possibly one of these three things. You feel like you're always on the go, always bracing, and like you can't switch off. Or your sleep is completely disrupted. You're shattered, but you're also awake at 2, 3, and 4 a.m. and your mind starts looping and overthinking. Or maybe you're functional, but you're not fine. You're getting stuff done, but there's no joy, there's no laughter, just a constant drudge of pushing on through. And I know what that life feels like from the inside. You can be successful on paper, but still feel like your body is bracing for the next impact. And here is the crucial thing. This just doesn't live inside your head, where you are living in a constantly wired state, always available, always trying to stay ahead, always carrying the load. Your body starts to treat normal life like a low-level emergency. And this isn't a personality flaw. It's basic physiology. Chronic sympathetic activation of the nervous system. Your breath becomes tight and shallow. Your jaw stays clenched. Your shoulders begin to creep up around the ears, and sleep no longer leaves you feeling rested. You can feel yourself becoming more reactive, more impatient, more thin-skinned. Or maybe you've gone the other way. You shut down. You go numb. You keep functioning, but you don't feel much at all. So you distract yourself with whatever brings you immediate but short-lived relief. And if you're hearing this and you're thinking, yeah, this is me, and I should be able to hack it better, I want you to stop, because you are operating on outdated software. You're not weak, you're overloaded. And you don't need yet another mindset talk. What you need is a reliable way to downshift at the end of the day. A repeatable off-ramp that you can rely upon. So I'm not here to give you that motivational speech. I want to give you a simple practice. 2 minutes. Something that starts to teach your nervous system a different baseline. And we're not aiming for perfection here. We're just dialing things down a notch or two. So if you are that 4 a.m. anxiety person, this is the kind of thing that you want to practice throughout the day so that your system has more capacity to rest at night. So the invitation is for you to practice this with me now. And do this every day for a week. Same practice, same repetition. And then come back and tell me in the comments what has shifted for you. So let's do the practice. To begin, find yourself a comfortable seated position where you won't be disturbed for the next few minutes. Create some natural length through the spine and imagine there is a piece of string just gently pulling you up by the crown of the head. Allow the shoulders to gently relax away from the ears as though you are taking off a rucksack that you'd forgotten that you were wearing. Unclench the jaw, part the teeth, and maybe just soften the face a little. And then closing down the eyes or softening the gaze to a point in front of you. Without trying to change anything, bring your awareness to your breath. And as you next inhale, notice where you feel the breath most in the body. Notice where your breath originates. And then become aware of the depth, the pace, and the length of each inhale and exhale. And then noticing the texture of the breath. Does it flow smoothly and easily, or is it restricted and agitated in any way? Now bring your hands to your lower rib cage. And on your next inhalation, breathe slowly and deeply through the nose, sending the breath down into the lowest parts of the rib cage. Then pursing the lips, let the exhale out through the mouth, as if you are slowly letting the air out of a tire. And then repeat this 2 more times. Inhale slowly and deeply through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. And then if it's comfortable, we're going to continue to breathe in and out through the nose. So finding your next inhalation. Breathe in for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale out through the nose for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With each exhale, see if you can soften into the support beneath you a little more. And if your mind starts to wander, which it naturally wants to do, just gently guide your attention back to the awareness of the breath. And take a couple more rounds here. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6. Maybe introducing a slight pause at the end of the exhalation until you are ready to receive your next inhalation. And noticing the pause and the space between each breath. And again, if your mind starts to wander, gently catch yourself wandering and guide your attention back to the awareness of the breath. And then maintaining that awareness of the breath for the final few moments of this practice. Notice if anything has shifted in your body. Maybe your face is softer. Maybe your chest doesn't feel quite so tight. Maybe your breath has deepened and your heart rate has slowed and your mind has quietened even just a little. Even the slightest downshift counts here, because you are signaling to your nervous system that it is safe to relax. And then, for the final few moments of this practice, bring your awareness back into the body. Notice if anything has shifted. Maybe your face is softer. Maybe your breath is a little deeper and your chest isn't quite so tight. Maybe your heart rate has slowed and your mind has quietened just a little. Even the slightest downshift matters here, because you are signaling to your nervous system that it is safe for you to relax. So when you are ready, bow down the chin, slowly open the eyes and lift the head. And welcome back. So the invitation here is for you to do this practice every day for the next week. And do it in those moments that matter most. Before you walk into the house at the end of the day. Before you open your inbox. And before you reply to that message that spikes you. And if sleep is your issue, do several rounds of this about an hour before bed. Not as a hack or a quick fix, but as training, so that your system remembers how to downshift. So if this video has hit a nerve, good. Not because I want you rattled, but because it means that you are noticing. And noticing is where choice starts. So for this next week, keep it simple. 2 minutes at a time, same practice, same repetition. And if you're feeling functional but not fine right now, go easy on yourself. We're not trying to force feeling here. We're building capacity. And we're building a way to come back to yourself. And if you want more structure, I've put together a free library of short breathwork and meditation practices inside my online platform, The Dragon Forge. Breath, body, and mind. No quick fixes, no nervous system hacks, no BS. Just something practical and effective that you can use when stress levels start to simmer and you want to downshift a few gears. And if you want something a little deeper, my From Surviving to Thriving ebook are also in the links below. It's written from my own experience of how breathwork and meditation changed my life. And I share the practices that help me and those who I teach, with insight into how to apply them in daily life. So before I go, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. And if something has resonated with you, drop a comment below. Tell me what state you're in right now. Are you always on the go? Are you anxiety ridden at 4 a.m. with mind loops? Or are you functioning but not fine? And I'll see you in the next video.